My bad. Hey y'all, I'm here. I'm back. Another review. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Season, I don't know, episode, I don't know. Let me tell you something. This episode was boring for real. Like, this episode was super boring until we got to like the very, very end when people wanted to get messy as fuck. But like, let's just go through it. I'm here, y'all. I'm here. So, I think I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I did not pay attention. You know, like how they be showing what everybody be doing the first couple of minutes. I didn't pay really attention. The last thing I really saw in that little beginning montage was like Dorit took PK to go get his teeth fixed or whatever. Which like, what I don't understand is like, okay, maybe you want to know what I think it's because because PK is from like overseas, and I know overseas, like they don't really, there isn't an emphasis put on dental health out there, so. I get it, but at the same time, like PK, how can you be as rich as you claim that you are? Because that's always been the thing. Are you really as rich as you claim that you are? But as much money as you got, why you ain't been go get your teeth done? I don't understand why it's just not happening, but whatever. So then we go to Sutton and Crystal, right? Okay. I have feelings about this scene, right? Okay. So Sutton and Crystal sit down or whatever. I forgot where they was at. Maybe looking at Crystal clothes or some shit like that, right? So Crystal was like, I went to go see Lisa yesterday, and she kind of told me what happened because y'all know Crystal wasn't there because I think she had COVID like Kyle did. So, Sutton was like, yeah, she cursed me out and threw me out her house and all this other stuff, or tried to throw me out her house. And then Crystal was like, yeah, they told me, that they was talking about me and stuff. So we see a flashback of Crystal talking to Lisa and Diana. Now, Lisa did say to her, she was like, I'm gonna be real, we was talking about you. We was worried, because of, like you not getting help or something like that. And then I think Crystal was like, like I want to get the help, I was crying. And I think Diana was just like, like you'll get through it. Now, Sutton said, I think Crystal was like, I have to remember that just because like I'm used to talking about it, that maybe other people aren't, and everybody isn't as like aware or isn't as comfortable, but it's okay, it's fine. So Sutton was like, I don't know if it was like caring, I would say, because I think she said, it's fine, people care and stuff. She was like, I don't know if it was of a caring thing. And she said, and so Crystal was like, well, like, what do you mean? Like, what was they saying? And she was like, I don't feel so. I was like, I don't feel like it was a caring thing. I felt it was more like, and I think Crystal was like, what? Like they was judging me or something? And she was like, a little judgy, a little judgy. And I would have to disagree. I mean, no, I would have to agree, but disagree at the same time. Now, last week, I said that I felt uncomfortable with them talking about her, period. I don't even care in what sense they was talking about her. I didn't like them talking about her in that situation and she wasn't there at all. That's what I didn't agree with. Now, was they being a little judgy in the sense of being like, well, why wouldn't you get help? Why wouldn't you get help? Oh, that's what Sutton said. The part I didn't agree with, Sutton said, I mean, I guess not really judgy, but more so like, what is this? And that's the part that I didn't agree with. I don't think anybody really said like, well, what is this going on? Like, does she really have it? Because to me, Sutton was implying that the girls were saying like, is this even really a thing? Like, what is actually going on? I did feel like they was being a little judgy, but probably a little bit more judgy on why she didn't get help. But I don't think they was judging her from the standpoint of like, is she making this up? Like, that's what Sutton was, to me, Sutton was giving off to Crystal that they pretty much was like, well, like, is this even really a thing? Like, why wouldn't you go get that? Like, trying to pretty much undercut and undermine what she went through. And I don't think that's what happened. I don't agree with them talking about her. But the way that Sutton relayed that message to me, no, I didn't agree. Didn't agree at all. So then what else we have? So then, hold on, y'all, because I don't understand. There we go. So then, after that, we have Kyle and Erica. They went to go get, I think, like, stretched out or some shit like that by some man who was putting them in some weird sex positions. But anyway, they talked. And, like, the only thing I wrote from that conversation is that Kyle brought up to Erica that Garcelle is like concerned about her drinking and stuff. And Erica was like, I don't really think that she's concerned. And she said, you don't think she's concerned? She said, no. She said, I think that Garcelle does not like me. And I think she's just trying to find really any reason to try to have some shit to say about me. And she just don't care for me. Now, this is how I feel about it. Garcelle does not like Erica, right? So like let's be clear about that. Garcelle does not like Erica at all. I'm really trying to think on it. Do I think that Garcelle is truly concerned for Erica as a person? I don't know. What I will say is that I think that Erica getting drunk and doing that shit to Garcelle's son peaked and raised whatever Garcelle might have seen before. It like peaked it and raised it even more. So I think it's more so of a thing of like, girl, look, you being drunk and all of that, look what it caused you to do to my sons. And I don't necessarily want anybody else to have to go through that. I do think it's less about Erica herself and caring about Erica. I think it's more about caring about how Erica acts because I'm around you. Does that make sense? Like, I think it's less about she giving a fuck about Erica. I just think it's like, bitch, if you're gonna be in my presence, right? If you're gonna be in my space and I have to work with you and I have to be around you, you're gonna have to cut that shit out, because look at what you just did to my sons, and you're not gonna continuously to do that to me, or you're not gonna do that to anybody else. So if you're gonna be around me and around my presence, you need to cut that shit out. I feel like that's more so what it's coming from. So half and half, half and half. I don't think that Garcelle is saying it to be like malicious or to like try to tear her down or anything. I don't think that. I do not think that. But do I think that Garcelle really gives a fuck about Erica as a person? No, I do not. So then it's time for the charity. Like I said, this is gonna be a short episode. Not really much happened. So then it was time for the charity. Dorit is throwing a charity for something homeless, something toothless, something about that. But I don't know. The person that's going to come to their house or whatever is a dentist, and he is going to donate an entire smile to somebody, which honestly, that's so fucking amazing. Do y'all know how much? First of all, what I don't understand is how in the United States do they try to push like dental health is so important, but dental coverage is like the least. Like, you could have the highest insurance possible when it comes to like your dentist, which I do. I have the highest plan that is available in my state. Like, in my plan, the people that I have, I literally have the highest fucking dental plan. And guess what? A root canal, one root canal still costs $1,400. It's wild. So to get somebody's entire mouth done, that's probably definitely a couple $100,000. Because to get a tooth pull, like when I was going through all of that pain, y'all, last year, and I had both of my wisdom teeth. I had both of my wisdom teeth and the ones next to it on the bottom that had to get pulled. To get two of these bitches pulled, it was like $1,000. It was, and again, I have the highest dental plan, so that was nice of him to do. So let's go through the outfits. Dorit, yes, come on back, man. That's right. Let's ease on back and let's ease on back into the fray, bitch. You looked good. Hair was giving. I don't know if that was a Versace dress, but bitch, you looked good. Okay. Giving, bitch. Who else we got? Sutton. I got, okay, I see you. That's literally what I have in my notes. Okay, I see you, Sutton. You know, Sutton, I normally hate everything that she has on. So she has on like all black. So to me, she looked good. Garcelle, baby, let me tell you something about how good Garcelle fucking looked, bitch. I don't care if it was just a simple, plain black blazer dress, you know, with the tights. It was the gold accent for me, bitch. It was the gold chains. It was the ponytail to the back for me. Bitch, you looked amazing. You looked so good, Garcelle. So good, okay? Erica, cute but simple per usual. Like, I really like Erica's style because I feel like she keeps it really, she can do a lot, but I feel like for the most part, she keeps it really, really, really simple. But simple but cute. Looked good. Diana didn't really do much for me. Kyle, she looked all right. And Lisa Rinna, as always, no, bitch. No to the hair, no to the makeup, no, big fat fucking no to that dress. Absolutely the fuck not. And then Crystal looked nice. Crystal looked okay. So I wrote this down because I just found it to be interesting, right? So you got PK and fine ass Mauricio over there on the side talking while all of the girls, you know, standing there. Mauricio's like, you know, like the girls is looking nice and stuff like that tonight. And he was like, yeah. And Mauricio was like, you know, and Erica's what did he say? somebody's dress looks nice and Erica's dress is extremely short. And they both just started laughing or whatever. So PK was like, well, you know, like who, like out of all of the women pretty much, like who would you talk to? And she was like, my wife. I know that's right, Mauricio, my wife. And then he was like, he said, but it can't be your wife. He said, well, then your wife, Dorit. And he's like, PK was like, no. If I can't pick your wife or my wife, take our wives out of it, who would you take? And they both said it at the same time. PK said Erica, which makes sense because he's kind of pointing her out. And then Mauricio said Rinna. Please, for the next 5 seconds, excuse my language. Is it because she got dick sucking lips? Is that why? Is it because you want some toppy? That's the only thing that makes sense to me, because I don't understand why you would... Fine ass Mauricio, you starting not to be fine ass Mauricio anymore. Like, for real, you starting to not be fine ass Mauricio, because, like, that was a terrible fucking pick. But anyway, that was that. I thought that was, like, whatever. So... then they're all at the dinner table sitting. Now, let me tell you about how messy this fucking dinner was. This is a charity event. Why is it every time y'all have a charity event or go to somebody else's shit, y'all want to act the fool? The same thing happened on the Real Housewives of New York when they went to that damn Shabbat dinner. And Ramona Singer showed her entire MAGA white ass at that table with all the people from the charity sitting there. That's what happened tonight at this damn dinner too. That's literally what happened at this dinner. I'll be back in a second. That's literally what happened at this dinner. No shade. So everybody's sitting there enjoying their food. I love how Garcelle was sitting next to the dentist, and Garcelle was like, yeah, you know, like he was like, you got teenagers and you have a 30-year-old? She said, yup. He was like, that's insane. She was like, and I don't got no Botox, no filler. He was like, because black don't crack. She said, you get, you know. She's like, drink up, because you get it, bitch. You get it right. So everybody's sitting at the table cool and eating, right? So Kyle leans over to, like, it's like, I forgot, like, the order that was in, but I know it's like Mauricio. No, because Mauricio and PK, they, like, in a fucking bromance or something. PK bought Mauricio a damn Versace belt. Like, they're obviously in a relationship. So I think it was, like, Dorit, PK, Mauricio, Kyle, Sutton, Garcelle. I think that's how it went. And then Rinna was, like, next to, like, on the other side of the table. But anyway, all I have to say. So leans over to Sutton and Garcelle and pretty much was like, yeah, you know, I talked to Rinna yesterday and Rinna said, you know, that she didn't tell you to get the fuck out of her house or whatever. And they said, yes, she did. She sure did. And it shows a flashback of Rinna's telling Kyle, I didn't say get the fuck out of my house. Like, they're over exaggerating. I was upset, but I didn't say get the fuck out of my house. I wouldn't say that. So everybody was like, girl, you did say that. And they run the tape back. Now, did she say get the fuck out my house? No, she said, what did she say? She was like, she just said, like, you can shut the fuck up. She said, and if you're going to keep talking to me like that, you can get out of my house. So she didn't, technically, she did not say get the fuck out my house, but she did say fuck in the previous sentence and did preceded that with get out my house. So, I mean, same thing, girl. Whether it's get out my house, get the fuck out my house, you told the girl to get out your house regardless of the situation. And you said fuck the sentence previous. So, whatever. So, Kyle asked Sutton, and Sutton is like, she did say that. Garcelle was like, she did say that. But Sutton was like, I mean, she did say that, but you know, this is not the time or the place. Like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. So then Kyle, messy, and I got it in all capital letters, Kyle's messy ass. This is why and let me tell you something. I'm going to be real. This right here is why Kyle is annoying, but it's also why Kyle still has a fucking diamond here. After all these, she's the only bitch that been here, I think, other than Rinna. No, Rinna came later, I think. This is the only bitch that been here since season 1 because she don't mind being the messy bitch. And it's annoying and it make the fans hate her. But bitch, that's the reason she still got her diamond. This messy ass, pot stirring ass bitch going lean after Sutton just said, I don't want to talk about it because this is the time and place and I just don't want to talk about it. This bitch leans over and says, Dorit. Did Lisa say that for them to get the fuck out of her house? And Dorit was like, yeah, that's what she said. And everybody's like, oh, okay, well, that's what. And everybody's like, are you serious right now? So then Kyle, messy ass again. Hold on, before we get back to Kyle's messy ass, right? So when Kyle leaned over and asked Dorit, right? Garcelle in her confessional goes, I don't even understand why Kyle did that because Sutton just said that she didn't want to talk about it. So why would you do that? Here go Kyle again, throwing Sutton underneath the bus. Okay, now let me stop there. I do agree that Kyle loves to throw Sutton underneath the bus. However, Garcelle, you are a hypocrite in this moment. You're a hypocrite. Can I back up? Can we back up to the... Let's go to the beginning of the season. And y'all can rewind my reviews if y'all don't believe me. Now, some people can say that this is different because it kind of sort of involved Garcelle, but to me, the same shit applies. If we go back to the beginning of the season, when Sutton and Crystal were not getting along, and they went to, I don't remember whose party it was, but they went to somebody's party, and Garcelle and Kyle had pulled Crystal to the side to talk about what Crystal had, you know, the comment that Crystal made about, oh, she said some darker things or whatever, right? They had that conversation with her. No. Did they have I don't remember who they talked to, but what it matters is they had a conversation with Crystal. And then they also had a separate conversation with Sutton. And Sutton at that time said, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, she said what it is that she said. I don't care. I want to move forward. Right? She said it 2 different times that she did not want to talk about it and she wanted to let it go and move on. And both Kyle and Garcelle, it wasn't just Kyle during that episode. You forced Sutton to have that conversation when she said she wanted to let it go. So again, the hypocrisy for me. I don't agree with it. Do I think that Kyle's messy as hell? Hell yeah. But what I'm going to say is don't only be messy when it's convenient for you, Garcelle. If you're going to be messy, be messy. Because that episode, and I said that episode, if you go back in my review and watch, I literally said during that episode that Garcelle was being Kyle in that episode. They were like this. That was the closest. Really go back and watch those 2 episodes. That was the closest that Kyle and Garcelle have been because y'all was both being messy as fuck together. So I agree with Garcelle, hypocrite. Next, let's move on. So then, after messy ass Kyle leans over to Dorit and says that, her even more messier ass leans all the way over and says, Lisa, hey bitch, Lisa, guess what? These bitches said that you was already get the fuck out. I was like, Kyle is really messy. Like, Kyle is the definition of a messy, pot stirring, real housewife holder. This is why that bitch still got her diamond all these years later, because she don't mind being a messy bitch. She don't care. So then Brenna was like, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Or before she said that, Sutton was like, wow, Kyle, great. This is a great time and place and a great way to do that. Exactly. Y'all know Kyle is messy as fuck, right? So Brenna pretty much, we go to commercial, come back, and Brenna's pretty much was like, I didn't say get the fuck out my house. My thing is, Brenna, how would you remember what the hell you said when you was drunk? You even said during that whole speech that I'm drunk. So how would you even know what you were saying? How would you remember? No, technically you didn't say get the fuck out my house, but you did say shut the fuck up and you gonna talk to me like that. You can get out my house. Same difference. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you said fuck or not. You told her to get out your house because you didn't like some shit that she said. Period. Okay. So then, I think everybody is just like, at this point, like, Brenna is like, well, I had an attitude because, you know, of this and that. And when it really gets down to it, I was really mad because you didn't pull my husband to the side when we was there and you didn't apologize to him. And so I was like, so let me get this right. So in the middle of the wine tasting, while he's presenting everything, I'm supposed to pull him to the side and tell him that I'm sorry. She's like, yes, you could have did that. And that's the only thing I feel some type of way because you didn't tell my husband sorry. And she said, first of all, I text Harry later and I did apologize to him. She was like, Harry said that you didn't respond to his text. And so we go to the confessional and Sutton is reading a text message. She pretty much was like, happy birthday, Harry. You know, I apologize that I didn't pull you to the side, but you know, I didn't mean the stuff that I said. Pretty much apologize. Now, what I will say is that Lisa, I think Lisa timelines is getting messed up, if I'm correct, because what Lisa is saying is that, remember in the beginning of the season, she said Harry Hamlin sent Sutton this really long text message or whatever, like how he didn't appreciate it and Sutton never responded. Now, that probably is true, but I feel like Harry Hamlin's birthday was something separate. So maybe she probably did not respond to that in particular text, but she is saying that I did text him after that party to pretty much apologize. So whatever. So Brenna is like screaming at the table and everybody's like, all right, like, let's calm down because like we really out of charity. Dorit's other friends at the table was texting her like, bitch, what the fuck is going on? Like, this shit is crazy. And everybody's like, y'all need to calm down. So then Brenna is snapping. She's like, this is what I really wrote down that stood out to me out of all of Brenna's ranting and raving. She was like, I want a public apology, Sutton. Pause. Bitch, are we not on a public platform? Are we not on a public platform? Is this show not going to air out on Bravo? Are the fans not going to see it? Did she not apologize to you in front of the whole group? Not once, not twice, not thrice, but 15,000 times. She apologized to you individually. She apologized to Harry Hamlin individually. And she apologized to you in front of the group multiple times and in front of cameras. So what do you mean you want her to set up a press conference at Watch What Happens Live and be like, put some glasses on, be like, hi, my name is Sutton, and I would like to publicly apologize to Harry Hamlin and Lisa Rinna for saying that I invited them to the Elton John charity. I hope that I am forgiven. Thank you. Back to you, Andy. Like, bitch, what? Bitch, are you kidding? First of all, half of us don't even really watch What Happens Live. A lot of us don't watch What Happens Live all like that unless something like egregious happened on there. So what do you mean? Do you want her to go and watch What Happens Live and apologize because that's where she did it? The point of the matter is, honestly, you blew up this situation to me even more than what it was, because coming into the season, I didn't know anything about this. And I'm pretty sure unless you watched that episode, you probably didn't know much about it. So what the fuck you mean you want a public apology? She apologized on a public platform. There go your public apology. If you want something else, you can kiss my ass. And that's how I would feel if I was Sutton, okay? So then everybody tells everybody to shut the fuck up because somebody is coming down. Now they bring, baby, when I'm telling you, because Kathy Hilton came too. When I'm telling you that Kathy Hilton was me, bitch, that white woman came down the stairs. She said, who is that? Girl, that was me. That was me. I wanted to know. Everybody's freaking out. Kyle's freaking out. I'm like, bitch, who the fuck is that? That's what I wanted to know. But apparently that's Melissa Etheridge. Okay, now, when I saw her actual face, she does look familiar. But I don't know nothing about this woman. I don't know her music. I don't know like that. So that just would have been a minute for me to sit there. So then after that, you know, Sutton walks by Lisa and she's like, you know, like, I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to fight. And Lisa is like, I don't want to fight with you either. It's not about you. Like, today my mom's stuff came and, you know, it's just been really, really hard for me. And like, I'm trying to figure out how to be on this earth without my mom. And, she was like, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm supposed to be on this earth without my mom. And in her confessional, she was like, yeah, I do shitty things to people, but I'm just in pain. And that, for me, is what just null and void. Okay, I'm going to be real with y'all. And that was pretty much in the episode, but let me be real with y'all. Real shit, real fast. Do I feel for her because she lost her mom? Absolutely. Because I am empathetic. I have empathy towards you losing your mom and you trying to like figure out how to go about your life, and especially because her mom was like really close. I can understand that probably is like really, really painful and a hard thing to go through. However, y'all tell me in the comments if y'all agree. I don't know if it was the Botox, bitch, because you got so much Botox. I don't know if it was because of the fillers, bitch, but that crying felt so fake. Not one tear dropped. Not one tear dropped. It didn't feel like it was a real cry. The hyperventilating felt fake. It felt fake. Now, maybe that's just how she cries, so I don't want to say that it was fake, but it came off very disingenuous. And specifically, the real reason why I didn't believe her at all is because of what she said in her confessional. She said, yes, I do shitty things, but it is because I'm in pain. That does not give you the excuse. That does not give you an excuse to do shitty things. Like, that's the thing with Lisa. You think because you're in pain, you get to walk around and treat people in a shitty fucking way? Oh, I do shitty things, but it's because I'm in pain. As you would say, own it. Own it. And like a lot of people pointed out on Twitter, which is a great point, prior to your mom even passing away, girl, you was walking around telling everybody that you was going to drag Sutton and you was going to torture her and you was going to do this. And this is before your mom passed away. So explain that behavior then. If all of this is just because you're in pain because of your mom, then why, when your mom was still breathing and alive, you was walking around telling people that you was going to torture Sutton? That does not make any sense to me. It gives me very much so, I want to get the heat off of me. Okay, I want to get the heat off of me because I'm the one acting a donkey ass fool at this charity. So let me just say that I'm sad because this is how I view it. This is exactly how I view it. I view her thing with her mom the same way I view the same thing with Doree. Did it happen? Yes. Is it extremely painful? Yes. But can you still be using this to get what the fuck you want? Yes. All things can be true. So I believe that Dorit actually did get robbed, and that actually is fucking with her. And I do believe that after Lisa's mom passed, she is struggling. But I also believe that both of you bitches used that to either A, get yourself out of a situation, or B, as a fucking sympathy card, or C, you ain't have nothing else to talk about, to be quite real, to be very real about it. Lisa Rinna, like, let's really talk about it. Lisa Rinna has not had a storyline of her own. I'm talking about her own stuff since God knows when. This season, her mom passed away. You can't plan that. Lord knows. The season before that, you pretty much used your children for the last 2 to 3 freaking seasons, okay? That's what you've been doing. You've been using your children for storylines, and then when they're not around or they're not there, you pick a fight with somebody. I'm sick of Lisa Rinna. That bitch ain't nobody's friend. I stand by it, and I feel like it was bullshit. I feel like she is in pain, but I also feel like you use that pain when it's fucking convenient for you. That is my opinion. Now, I do see next week, real fast, let me get to it. Next week, I see that Garcelle and Eric are about to get into it because Garcelle, I think Kyle, as a messy bitch, is going to call Garcelle out about her talking about her drinking or whatever. And Garcelle, Erica's like, girl, you don't really care about me. Like, you just be trying to make me look bad. And Garcelle said, bitch, I don't need no help. You can do that all by yourself. Well, she ain't lying, Garcelle. You ain't lying. You ain't lying, girl. She ain't need no help. She ain't need no help. But y'all get the comments. Tell me what y'all think. Bye.